Ladies and genitals, with Hex falling down a whole 32-ish% due to a whale market selling $40 million, 40 million Hex, is now the time to panic? Well, while I can't answer that question for sure for yourself, what I can tell you is that I am completely operating based off emotions. Of course, I'm kidding. Folks, now look, in this video, I want to talk about whether or not I think it's time to buy the dip for myself. I want to explain my rationale as to what I've been doing with Hex, my kind of strategy leading up to the launch of Pulse Chain with the Hex doubling, and when exactly I'll be buying Hex. So while none of this is financial advice, I do want to share with y'all my thoughts with what's going on with this very interesting move. So if you like the sound of that, folks, do me and you a favor, like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. As well, check out our Twitter, Motley Investor over here. Go give him a follow as well, and give us a follow because I have been spamming Richard Hart to come on the channel. So if you guys like those tweets where I'm spamming Richard Hart to come on the channel, ask him to come on the channel. And in fact, if you tweet at Richard, hey Richard, go on to Million of the Moon's channel, I will also give you a follow as well. So without further ado, let's delve into what's going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just got off the phone. I've been consoling Messin, my partner here on the channel. He's in an utter panic about what's going on with Hex. I told him, just change your pants, bro. Calm down. It'll all be okay. So, if anyone finds himself in a similar position, I want to let you know my thoughts with what's going on. Folks, look. Technical analysis and understanding what's going on with any given trading instrument is so much easier than people make it out to be. Number one, the most important thing when it comes to doing TA or just understanding what's going on is trend analysis. What way is the trend going? Are there higher highs? Are there higher lows? Are there lower lows? Are there lower highs? And folks, what we do see is macro lower highs and lower lows. So we are in an overall downtrend. So just understand that the downtrend is kind of biased. You know, there is a favor towards the downside of things in the short term as well. If we kind of zoom in a bit more, we see that we could potentially be forming what seems like a bear flag, which a bear flag is an ascending channel after a downwards trend, where if we kind of start to break down, if we start to put in new lower lows, you know, the market gets more fearful, and therefore there could be more downside potential. So frankly, folks, I am not buying the Hex dip here. I've been buying a bunch of Hex from about 12 to 18 cents. And so, frankly, for y'all that didn't know, I'll be perfectly honest, my average entry price on Hex is probably between 15 to 20 cents. I'm not 100% sure. There are, you know, some transactions I forgot to record, so that's kind of my best guesstimate. So why aren't I buying now? This is a kind of significant discount. The reason why I'm not buying now is, sure, well, we could be breaking down my, breaking down some kind of theoretical support level. You know, this seems to me like a pattern I've been seeing quite a lot, folks, where whenever we have a parabolic blow off top, which is indeed what we had here, we typically have a period of consolidation where we test support more than once at a particular range and then have a capitulation move downwards. This happens all the time, and I'm wary of that possibility happening here with Hex. So sure, while I could buy the dip here, while I do have dry powder, I would first of all, you know, I have a long-term mindset. I'm not down too much, so I'm perfectly comfortable holding for the long term. I know it's just a matter of time before Hex recovers and puts a new all-time high, so I'm not at all worried. I don't feel the FOMO to buy the dip. In fact, you know, if we do indeed have one final capitulation move down, perhaps to around, you know, maybe the 6 cent range, that is when I would 100% ape into Hex heavily, and I would honestly rather have a bit more dry powder if that scenario were to play out, given that I'm quite comfortable with my position here and have a long-term outlook. But I want to show you guys what I mean here with kind of this testing of a particular range. I mean, we're kind of doing it here with Bitcoin, where we had support here at 30K, support here at 30K. We tested it, and now we're kind of breaking down, and we might have a final capitulation move. But if we look at 2017 Bitcoin, you'll see far more clearly what I'm trying to get at here, where Bitcoin had its parabolic blow off top, and what did we do? We kept testing the same support level. And the more times we test a support level or resistance level, the more times we test a particular resistance area, the more likely we are to break through resistance or support. And so we kept testing it, kept testing it, kept testing it. Eventually, we had our final capitulation move down. And we can see with Ethereum, we had something somewhat similar where there was a price reactive base of support. Here at kind of 395, around $400. Resistance, support. Eventually we tested it and we had our final capitulation move down. So this is a pattern I see all the time in crypto. And it kind of just demonstrates the psychology of the market where, again, we keep testing a particular support area and eventually we break down. Now, I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen here, but even Richard has said, these markets are completely speculative and there's no true necessity to participate in them. So oftentimes whenever we have a parabolic blow off top, we kind of need a final capitulation move down, one final opportunity to allow the weak hands to get shaken out. And we haven't really seen that with Hex, and we have seen in history of cryptocurrencies having kind of this kind of consolidating within this range where we keep testing support in this macro descending-ish triangle and then eventually have our final capitulation move down. So again, folks, I'm not saying that Hex is for sure going to lose this kind of 10-cent range here and break down to about 6 cents. What I am saying is that I've seen a history of this pattern where we have one final capitulation move down, and given that I'm more than happy with my current average entry on Hex and I have a long-term mentality, instead of buying the dip here, I would prefer to have a little bit extra dry powder in case we do have that one final capitulation move down. And if we go on to recover, I mean, I'm perfectly happy with my Hex position. Hex, again, is by far my number one largest position, especially currently, given that I've been, again, accumulating between 12 and 18 cents for the Pulse Chain snapshot, which again, guys, could be happening any day, any week. Sure, Hex is dumping and it is in the macro downtrend, and the possibility of further downside is always very real, especially given, we're breaking down from multiple layers of support, such as this. But point being, folks, we cannot forget that you are getting a 2x. If you hold your Hex on, a wallet you have the private keys to, you'll be getting double the Hex on Pulse Chain. So, I mean, even if Hex goes on to dump to around 6 cents, which I think could be kind of the final capitulation move low, then in fact I would theoretically just be breaking even because I will be getting a 2x on Pulse Chain if you have an average entry of about 12 cents. So, folks, look, that is essentially what I'm looking out for. If 10 cents does not hold, then I'm pretty sure we could get the final capitulation move down to about 6 cents. If we do get that, I will be ape in hard. If we go on to recover from here, perfect. I'm perfectly happy with my position. So folks, if you like that breakdown, if you like that analysis, like and subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Make sure you support my spamming Richard R on Twitter whenever you see me telling him to come on the channel. Become a VIP Discord member if you want to support us and help us survive until Pulse Chain comes out. As well, I think we now have membership on the YouTube channel. So I'm pretty sure there's a join button where you can sign up and you get like emojis or something. If you want to support the channel, it's a great way to do it. But ultimately, the best way and the cheapest way is to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Please, for the sake of whatever deity you believe in, do it, because I prefer saying this than would you like fries with that. Until next time, folks, take care.